Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is March 24th, 2022. This is episode 492. I think it's 492. Anyway, we're taking a look at Punisher #1 coming out from Marvel. This came in at a whopping $5.99. And for that price, I think they should give you better paper than this. It's really cheap paper. On the cover, we have the Punisher, and he's all torn up. There's a bunch of swords behind him. This scene does not happen in the book. It's okay. I'm sure there were other variant covers that you could choose from besides this one. Of course, I always go with just the regular one. It's less expensive, and I typically don't keep the comics anyway, so it's the way to go. This is a recommend. The only reason I'm doing this is because I heard some good things about it. I wasn't as thrilled as some of the other people were about it, but the story is decent and interesting enough to continue on with. And let's go ahead and take a look to see who worked on this, if we can, somewhere in here. It's very gory. Very, very gory. Okay, so this arc is called The Kings of Killers. It's book 1, chapter 1, The Blessing of War. This is by Jason Aaron, who I've done a review on one of his books before that I did not like at all. I thought it was awful. Jesus Says and Paul oh boy, I'm going to have trouble with this, Azaceta. Apologize for saying that. So actually 3 authors on this, and maybe that helped the story. The color artist is Dave Stewart. The letterer is VC's Corey Pettit. The cover artist here is Jesus Says. And here's the variant covers. You can take a quick look to see who the artists were on there. Of course, there's Alex Ross, which is awesome. And yeah, pretty much the usual list of characters. Now, I haven't been reading a lot of Marvel lately. I've been reading no DC. I stepped away from Moon Knight because I wanted to try some other comics. I just don't have a lot of time or money at this time as it's turning out. But this did get a lot of good reviews, and I just wanted to check it out myself. Okay, so it starts off, and there's a little bit of a flashback and whatnot going on here. Some people are dying, and it's a close-up. I think this would have been more effective, actually, because it's taking place at night. If they would have gone with, what do you want to call it? More of a faraway shot, more of a setting shot with silhouettes in the darkness. I think that would have been more stirring than the way they did this. But it is Frank Castle, and apparently either his wife or his girlfriend, I'm not that familiar with Frank Castle, Maria. And she is dying, as you can see there. He is barely alive, and they take him off to take him other place. Then we get this nice montage of just the Punisher through the years. Different artists, different takes. Just really pretty cool. And then we get our title. And we're in Greece now, of course, because you can tell by the helmets. Now, it's kind of weird because they're wearing these helmets. They're running this warehouse full of arms, but they're talking like Christians. So it seems like there's a mix-up there. But I know that Jason Aaron's is really big into downplaying the Christian religion. I think he was brought up in a very harsh Christian family, and he strikes out against that, I think, just about any time he has the chance to. So they've realized that they've been infiltrated, boy, I can't even speak, at this warehouse. Suddenly lights go out, they have their weapons, and it's Frank Castle taking them all down. Pretty soon there's just one left, but he wants information from him. Actually, who does he work for? And of course, he doesn't really divulge that, but he goes ahead one-on-one against Frank Castle, and Frank Castle pretty much just slits his throat. So a lot of good stuff there going on. And as he's standing there, all these ninjas come down, but he's with them. These are ninjas of the hand. He is working for the hand, and we find out why in the future here. So he goes through this, I guess he's back in China maybe? I'm not quite sure. They don't really say if there's a transition here. It's somewhere. It looks very Asian. And then he is shown a group of bad guys, I guess. He's told they're bad, that they all have all different kinds of scattered pasts, and he just goes ahead and executes them all. And then we go weeks earlier. There's a flashback to here where he's in his house. He lives in some loft with full of weapons, but he is attacked by all of the ninjas of the hand. Now this is just brutal scenes all the way through, and I think that's why a lot of people liked it, because it does show him just going to town on everybody. It flashes back to more the future, where it shows he has killed all the people, and he is a revered member of the hand, if not running it or partially running it. And he starts disrobing his items in his own personal chamber there. Now we flash back to where he was tested by the leader, I guess the leader of the hand, or one of the leaders. I'm just not, like I said, not that familiar with the hand. I know that they've appeared in Shang-Chi as well as Iron Fist, but in this case, he is being tested, and this test goes on a long time. He's kills these guys off almost every way imaginable, and they're taking it to him as well. He's getting hit by ninja stars, swords. He's getting stabbed. He's getting kicked and everything else. But in the end, he has a claymore hidden in his apartment. He's able to take them all off, and this is when he's approached by this guy. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I'm not sure. But he says, I want you to work for us. Do any of these daggers look familiar with him? He's ready to kill him. He says, but there's something else I want you to see. And it turns out to be Maria is still alive. Somehow by miracle, because he had heard that she was dead. And then we flash back to 3 weeks later, where he is at the headquarters of the hand, and he is with Maria, and we can see that she has apparently bullet wounds all around her because they were ambushed earlier. So that's how we end it. This is what Punisher 2 is looking like. Since he's part of the hand, I guess he got a new shirt that everybody was making a big deal about. We can take a look at that design real quick as he was disrobing, but I think maybe we have to go further back. That was during the test. And boy, there you go. A shot of it. I don't know if this is a permanent thing or this is just for this arc that they've got him wearing this. It reminds me more of the Predator than it does the Punisher. But it could be just a temporary thing. Since the other thing is a lot easier to draw, maybe a lot of the artists will prefer doing the old standby Punisher logo. But there you have it. It is a recommend. There's other stuff in here. Spider-Man 37. Thor 750's coming. If you're a Thor collector, you might want that. Donny Cates is still working on that. 60 Years of Thor. And Moon Knight, black, white, and red. I'm really not liking that gimmick, but apparently they're running with it. That's a Jonathan Hickman book, so it might be pretty good. And Jed McKay was doing a nice run on it, the regular Moon Knight. I always call it Moon Knight. But there you have it. Knights of X #1, Teeny Howard. Take a look at that. Doesn't really make me want to crack it open. 10 X-Men go on a journey of adventure and action. But who will be the last 2 members? So I don't know why. I guess there's supposed to be 12 of them. And an M&M ad at the end. So thank you for stopping by and watching this video review, this YouTube video review of The Punisher, or Punisher, I guess. It's not The Punisher, #1. As always, please like, please subscribe if you haven't. Please leave comments. We'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.